Everyone, Frankenstein here, and today I wanted to share with you a couple of tips, especially from a first timer's point of view, on how to make your Disney trip totally enjoyable. Now, whether you're visiting Disneyland or Disney World, or any of the Disneys around the world, I just wanted to go over a couple of things that I experienced being a first timer that I feel will make your trip enjoyable, and that made my trip enjoyable too. So if you're interested in hearing my little tips on how to make Disney completely enjoyable, please keep watching. Alrighty, so you guys, you have decided that you want to go to Disneyland or Disney World. I am so happy for you. I made the leap of faith and decided to go to Disney last year as part of my holiday, so back in 2016 in October, and it was one of the greatest experiences of my life, and I am not even kidding. Disney is one of the most incredible places that you will ever go to, and for a whole load of reasons. It is magical. The experience is incredible, and the atmosphere is amazing, and the way the park is run is just, it's amazing. I sound like I'm gushing, and I really am, because it's so awesome. Disney is such a cool place to be. And so if you decide that you want to go, of course you want to make sure that your trip is going to be equally as amazing and as enjoyable. So what I thought I would do is, being that it was my first time to Disney, I feel like despite how many videos and tutorials and tips and trick videos that you watch on YouTube, nothing can ever prepare you for your first time. And it's true, you can't, because you feel like whilst these videos give you a really great understanding of how things are at Disney, and you can kind of take things that you learn and apply it to your trip, it will just, the moment you kind of walk into the park, it is just overwhelming and it is breathtaking. So just try and prepare yourself for that. I mean, I know I just said that you can't really, because it is such an amazing experience, but this is something that you're going to be able to experience and enjoy. And whether you're a first timer or someone who's been a million, billion, trillion times, I feel like that first time that you walk in is just breathtaking. So prepare yourself for that. I just thought I would make a video just for some tips that, to share with you guys, just so you really do enjoy everything. I'm not saying that you're not going to enjoy Disney, because it's amazeballs, but these are just a couple of things that will help it to add to the awesomeness. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to try and plan your trip. Now, you might not be a huge planner. I am. I have to plan things down to the very T. So I think my first trip to Disney, I was all about, we need to do this at this time, and we need to get this and do this. And whilst that worked for me, that might not work for you. But having said that, I feel like you should put at least a little bit of planning into how you want your Disney trip to be. So when I talk about planning, this could be something minimal, like plan what fast passes you want to use. If you're getting fast passes, plan which ones you want to use, because then at least that way you can knock off some of the rides that you really want to go on, and you're guaranteed to get on those rides. Queues at Disney can be huge, so fast passes are really great for kind of tackling those issues. If you're staying on site, plan where you want to stay. If you're not staying on site, if you're just visiting, or if you're if you are making a holiday of it but you're staying off site, plan where you want to stay. Plan what you want to do during the day, or if you just want to wing it, I mean, you can do that too. But there should be some type of minimal planning to your trip, or to your visit to Disney. That way at least you're going to kind of try and tackle the things that you do want to do. So when you go to Disney, one thing that I found was really kind of sweet and enjoyable for myself is you can get free pins and badges, which I've just put mine away, but when I went to Disney, I got engaged at Disney, and so they gave me a pin that said happily ever after, and it was also my first time, so there was a first time pin as well, like a first visit pin as well. So my fiance and I would wear those pins, you know, every day at the parks. And the staff go out of their way to kind of congratulate you and talk to you about these things, and it makes the trip so much more special and so much more enjoyable. So if you're celebrating anything, if it's your first time to Disney, if you've gotten engaged, if it's your birthday, if it's your honeymoon, if it's your wedding, you know, anything like that, go to any of the hotels or go to like guest services and ask for a free pin, and they will give it to you. Another tip to make your Disney trip totally enjoyable is to take photos. I know it sounds really basic, like that's something you would do anyway, but take as many photos as you can. I know you're probably going to be rushing around the parks trying to do everything, but really just take photos. Document all these memories that you're having and that you're making. So take a lot of photos. That's what I did, and I found that, you know, when you kind of get home and you've got those post-Disney blues, because that's a thing and it does happen, at least you can look back on all your photos and be like, ah, reminiscing, and it's beautiful. So make sure you take a lot of photos and just take in everything that you're seeing. So another thing that you can do to try and make your Disney trip totally enjoyable is carry a backpack or some sort of bag. I know that when you're at theme parks, you want to carry as little as possible. But sometimes, I mean, look, depending on what you're carrying, a backpack can be really, really useful. So Tim was our designated backpack carrier, and yeah, we just made sure that he was in charge of the backpack, and we could carry stuff if we needed, and if we bought stuff, you know, we could put it in there as well. And so yeah, it's really, really handy. Just make sure you have that backpack on you. Another great thing, if you're staying on site, if you purchase things, you can actually get it shipped back to your, or sent back to your hotel room. So you don't actually have to carry anything. But I found that a backpack was really resourceful and really useful to have. Again, you might not. I mean, this is just a kind of a little guide that I'm not saying that you have to have one, but we found it really handy to kind of have a backpack, and it didn't really impact, like it didn't really get in the way of many rides or anything like that. So a backpack can be very useful to carry your stuff in. Just keep in mind though, that if you do take a bag in, you will need to go through bag check. So this can slow down your entry into the park. However, bag check, they're pretty efficient with the way they kind of get through the bag check. So you shouldn't really be held up for too long, but just keep in mind, bags do require you to go through the bag check. One thing that I found was really, really important, and I didn't think that this would be something that I would need to do, but it is schedule some rest time throughout the day. Disney is huge. Like, the parks are humongous. They are so big. And I thought I could just be like Superwoman and get through the whole park in a day and be like, I'm fine, I'll just go home at night and rest. You know, you can't do that. Like, you can't. It doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. You cannot do it. If you were staying on site like we were, I would schedule some rest time for like during the day or towards the end of the day. Utilize the fact that you can go in and out of the park, but definitely try and schedule some rest time, because you are going to be doing a phenomenal amount of walking and you are going to get tired. So make sure you wear comfy shoes as well. It's another way to make your Disney trip enjoyable. Please wear comfy shoes, because you are going to be walking a lot. So yeah, definitely schedule some rest time, schedule some time, even if it's just like 5 minutes or 10 minutes to sit down. Make sure that you do that. Make sure that you sit down and rest your feet and rest your body. You know, the weather in Florida, it can get really hot as well. So if it's a hot day, please make sure that you rest. and just, you know, sit down somewhere and just take in the sights around you, because even if you're not doing anything at Disney, there's so much stuff that's happening around you. So just take that time to relax and rest yourself and just take in your surroundings. Another way to make your Disney trip super duper enjoyable is to buy stuff. I have done a whole video, which I will link if I have not done so already. Buy things from Disney. I went crazy and I bought a lot from Disney, and do I regret it? Nope. No, I don't. You know, work with whatever budget that you have, but make sure you buy something from Disney just to, I guess remind yourself, you know, remind yourself of your time at Disney. Not that you would ever forget, but like, buy stuff. Buying things makes people happy. So make sure you buy at least one thing from Disney. Another thing you're going to want to do, I've touched on this previously, but the weather in Florida, it can get quite hot. And it can get, you know, the sun can be a bit scorching at times. So make sure that you wear sunscreen. Make sure you wear a hat if you need to. Like the Mickey ears, as beautiful as they do not protect you from the sun. So make sure that you do, you know, use sunscreen. I actually, as much as I did use sunscreen, I didn't wear a hat, but I did use a lot of sunscreen, but my skin is pretty sensitive, so I actually get like heat rash. And when I went in, you know, in October, the weather was quite warm still, so I kind of was breaking out in these little patches, you know, for little rashy patches, but it was just because of the heat. So I mean, sometimes there are things like that you can't really avoid. And like, I remember when we left Florida, we kind of went up to Massachusetts and it was freezing, and the rash disappears. But for those of you with sensitive skin, just keep in mind that, you know, these are things that can happen. But also, I mean, just for, you know, everyone who should be, you know, cautious when going into the sun, please just make sure that you put on sunscreen, because I do not want you to burn, because if you burn, it is not going to be fun going on all those rides and you know, doing stuff in the park. So please make sure that you wear a lot of sunscreen, and that, you know, if need be, you also wear a hat. Make sure that you also keep hydrated. Drink a lot of water. You can get free water at Disney. Make sure you utilize it. Drink as much water, keep as hydrated as you can, because you do not want to get like heat stroke or sunstroke or pass out from the heat, and it gets hot in Florida, so make sure you drink a lot of water. One other thing, I did touch on this before, which was planning your trip. You also want to, I guess you kind of want to make some sort of plan of action for your day, so kind of have a plan in mind of what you want to do throughout the day. I mean, look, if you're the kind of person who likes to wing it, that's cool. That's definitely something that you can do. But otherwise, try and have a plan of action as to what you want to get done in the day. Some people will prioritize going on certain rides. If that's what you want to do, you know, make sure you hit those first and get the rides done, because as the day progresses, the lines and the queues get longer and longer. So, you know, try and formulate some sort of plan of action. Do you want to meet characters? Do you want to ride rides? Do you want to see shows? You know, are you there just to nom on all the delicious food? Like, you know, kind of make some sort of plan of action of what you want to get done or what you want to achieve in the day, just so you make sure that, you know, you get done what you want to do. So Disney is synonymous with their fireworks displays. They do have fireworks shows every night. So one thing that I could suggest to make your Disney trip very enjoyable is to watch fireworks with someone that you love. I know that's really soppy and really girly, but I love it. How can you not? Fireworks are beautiful, and I love fireworks. So watching fireworks with someone that you love is just something that, you know, can make your Disney trip extra special. Another tip that I have to make your Disney trip totally enjoyable is to dine with the characters. So there will be certain restaurants and you know, certain shops where you're able to do character dining. I think the first night that we had dinner at a Disney park, it was at the Crystal Palace in Magic Kingdom. And so we got to dine with Winnie the Pooh and Tigger and Eeyore, and oh, was Piglet there? I think Piglet was there too. And it's so cute. Like I didn't really know what to expect going in, but it was so cute. And so you have dinner, and the characters will come around and they interact with you and you can have photos, and oh, it was so cute. Like Eeyore, for me, the standouts at the Crystal Palace were Eeyore and Tigger. Tigger was so cute. He gave me a little kiss on the head, but Eeyore was being really sassy and playing with Tim's hair. It was so cute. So if you can, please dine with characters. It is the most fun. It's so much fun. And I guess my last tip to make your Disney trip totally enjoyable is go with people that you like. I know it's the most obvious thing, but like Disney, as I mentioned, is such a magical place, and you want to be able to share that with people that you like. So please only take people that you like to Disney. But yeah, look, Disney is what Disney is, and your experience is going to be completely personal to you, and it's going to be absolutely amazing, I'm sure. But hopefully these little tips that I've given are things that will help you to maximize the amount of awesomeness that you have at Disney. So I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything else I really need to get into. Just enjoy yourself. I mean, that's the main thing. Disney is magical, and just embrace the fact that you're there, and you know, you're gonna be there for the day or the week or however long it is that you're staying there, but just make sure that you enjoy yourself. So I'm gonna leave it at that for today with this video. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite Disney park is, and also let me know what your favorite place to eat is when you're staying at Disney. So until next time, my name is Nattie Frankenstein, and I will see you later.